I won't lose.
Hello, this is Masteroon347 for the exciting playthrough of Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney, and today we're going to do Day 2 investigation. And this one is going to be quite long, but this time I'm going a bit more prepared. This time actually I have an FAQ in my shortcuts list on my computer, so I'll just pause it again and just edit out the parts where I might have to look up, because the last investigation was pretty long, and this one looked even longer when I was trolling through the FAQ. So I don't want to risk this going way longer than it has to be, because I'm just, fiddling my thumbs thinking about stuff to do. So with that out of the way, let's begin. Got the best too, eh? Mr. White, so what's going on with the case anyway? I'm a little confused. Well, let's see. What is going on? The victim, Detective Bruce Goodman, was stabbed to death after 5 PM on the 21st. He died in the prosecutor's parking lot and the police department's evidence room. What's this? And the evidence room part? The prosecutor's office and the police department are 30 minutes apart by car. Well, that's what we're going to find out. Try to, at least. Alright, let's do it. Glad she's in good spirits, but I'm not sure she's going to be much help with us. Don't be so sure, Mr. White. Huh? Would you mind coming with me? I'll prove that these thick rimmed glasses of mine aren't just for show. Let's go. Sorry to wait, sirs. I really don't think we should worry about the police department murder. There wasn't even a body found there. Who cares? Of course it was our victim who was killed at the apartment. And my sister would never do such a thing. I know it. That auto drum, was it empty? The auto drum, kicked over by the chief prosecutor, was brimming with water. My sister wasting evidence at this crime scene? Never. Even though she says they don't get along, Emmett really likes her sister. That's not it at all. It's just, we're very professionals at what we do, and I trust her. Big words for a high school student. Well, whatever there was, blood stains or not, the water in the oil drum washed it all away. Ignore the strength of my signs at your own peril, Mr. White. Huh? What's that grin for? This situation calls for one thing, and that is luminol testing fluid. Luminol? Blood is sticky stuff, You can't just wash it away with a little water. Even if you can't see it, it's still there. But wouldn't the police have already done those tests? Never trust anyone's eyes but your own, Mr. White. Just give it a try. Me? Why do I have to do it? I'm a minor. I can't even drink yet. We're testing bloodstains with this stuff, not drinking it. Here, look, I'll lend you these glasses. You had an extra pair of those things? To test for a blood reaction, just spray the luminol on it. Like this, see? Touch the screen to spray it on. Okay, let's find us some blood stains. Okay, yeah, this is the way to use touchscreen in my case, and that's just have to tap basically. Oh, here we go. See? Just tap around here. Here we go. Oh. I can see her eyes shining behind those glasses. So this is a bloodstain? It's so, Emmett, you're shaking. It's just, this is my first time seeing real blood. Scientific investigation in action. Okay, well, we definitely know that this is a bloodstain. But doesn't something strike you as odd, scientifically speaking, of course? What's about this scientifically? Now I say the bloodstain's location. No, location is perfectly fine, because it was with the trunk of the car, so that makes sense. It's the amount of blood. There isn't a lot of it. I mean, he did get stabbed in the stomach. So, say the amount of blood, so that's just kind of odd. The perpetrator and Detective Goodman fought here, right? Don't you think there would be a little more blood? I definitely think so. I mean, look at all the blood on the sole of the victim's shoe. It's strange. If they fought here, there'd have to be more bloodstains than this. Hey, Mr. White? See how I'm marking up the floor plans when we find a bloodstain? See? I'm pretty handy to have around, right? Yeah, that's very useful information to have. I say that my allowance to buy this. Lunar-testing fluid. I guess I might be using this later. We can't be sure that the police will reveal all their evidence in court. Sometimes they fail to mention evidence that doesn't fit with their view of the case, and we'll drag that hidden evidence out into the light of day. Yeah, it feels like we're really investigating a crime now, doesn't it? This aluminum stuff is going to come in handy. Ha! I wonder how that fluid of yours would react to a nice deadly box, Miss Starr. You only trust your own eyes, Not bad, you two. Just old deadly box is on the house. Sorry, it's just that kind of lead and doesn't really get my mouth watering. See what she has to talk about then. You certainly put me in a tight spot today. My apologies, Miss Starr, but no, it's okay. It was my fault. Oh, we know. I witnessed everything from that security room right there, but I was afraid that wouldn't sound convincing enough, you see. I was wrong to think that. I'm sorry. Sorry? You lied on the witness stand. That's unforgivable. Little girl, don't forget what's important here. Even if the place I witnessed the events from was different, I still saw what I saw. I saw she was accused of Sky, stabbed a man in cold blood, and that testimony still stands. I swear it on my honor as a detective. She stabbed Goodman! I know this photograph has something important to tell us, but what? So, you were a detective, weren't you, Miss Starr? Yes, it was a long time ago. Well, 2 years ago. No matter how hard on the criminal, when they faced me, they coughed at her. Coughed at her? They confessed. They babbled like babies. You know. I may seem like a demon sometimes, but I can be an angel too. I wouldn't doubt it. Every day I drag the dirt out of the mouths of suspects after suspect. And before long they called me the cough-up queen. Oh, and here I thought someone had gotten food poisoning from your lunches. And you were let go, fired? I felt I had found my dream job when I became an investigator, and if these prim and proper prosecutors hadn't let me go, I'd still be one today. It's all because of that case. The SO9 incident. Wait, she doesn't mean... Odd. You mean this? What do you think about this? SO9 incident. On that knife. And on that note, Goodman was the head detective in that case, you know. Really? That knife was evidence from that case. The murder weapon. It was due for transfer the very day that Goodman was killed. As I suspected, SO9 isn't over, not yet. Do you think you could tell us more about the SO9 incident? Maybe we need to present something else. The switchblade knife, maybe? Oh. Let's try something else. I'll try one more thing, and if it doesn't work, then I'm going to go to the FAQ. I don't want to linger too much. I had one of those up until 2 years ago. Back when you were the cover queen, right? We found this ID card in the parking lot. Well, there's no mistaking that. It's definitely Goodman's. But it's the same idea as the man who was killed at the police department. That's impossible. I wish I could be so sure. Dang it. Okay. No one missed that nice guy. It's FAQ time. It looks like I was sort of in the right direction. Let's see. I was right to present all those evidence. You actually do need to present the victim's note, Goodman's ID, but also the crime photo. Once you've done all of those three things, you could either do the switchblade or victim's note, because that could suggest the same dialogue there. Also show the Goodman's ID like it did, but then also show the crime photo. If you think about it, I could have taken that picture from the guard room, but even I get flustered sometimes. So you went straight to the scene of the crime and climbed the chain link fence in an effort to stop the murder. That's when I took this photo, yes. In other words, 5 minutes after the crime. Those 5 minutes are the whole problem. The whole of my testimony, as it were. The 5 minutes weren't the problem, mister. Your lying was the problem. Listen, little girl. I had my testimony disregarded before, and I wasn't going to have it disregarded again. Just like that time. That time? And let's see. I wonder if that would... There we go. Yeah, you do all those things I just mentioned. And then the SO9 incident will reveal itself, so that's what you gotta do. That's when I learned the truth. We're nothing to them. Disposable. Disposable? 2 years ago, it was the biggest case I'd ever handled. The police and the prosecutors were desperate for decisive evidence, so they didn't solve it. On the contrary, it was solved quite cleanly. The criminal was caught and executed. Executed? Yes, the criminal got what was coming to him. He didn't get any cleaner than that. The only problem was, they never did find decisive evidence. Not even a little. What? But the criminal was executed, right? Evidence of a sort. Made up evidence. What? You mean they executed someone with fabricated evidence? The best part came several months after the trial. Every detective involved with the case was dealt with. Some were demoted to protectment, others found themselves out of a job. And you were one of those? Myself and the other person you know well. Wait, could it be... Exactly, Officer Jake Marshall. He's on security detail in the police department, isn't he? As professional detectives, we investigated that case from every angle. Jake was particularly determined, and then it was over, and he was demoted. However, he hasn't forgotten, and neither have I. You haven't forgotten SO9? There was another side to that case, a hidden side. That's what we're after now, and no one up in their fancy offices can stop us. Wait, those lunches you sell? There is only one reason I came to sell lunches in this cursed office. I came here to meet old friends, boyfriends that can help me investigate. Miss Star's old boyfriends. What does she have anyway? Just when the detectives on the case have disappeared, we find new evidence. There has to be a connection. So, Wookie, what? It seems like you're serious about investigating this case. Yes. Then you should take this. A Salisbury steak lunch? I know a certain guy who might help you if you attempt him with this treat. Okay. Miss Starr? Officer Marshall, you see you're, are you going out? Why do you want to know? I was just wondering what happened to him. A long time ago when he was helping my sister do cases, he was so nice. He got along so well with my sister, it made me jealous. And he was nice to me too back then. This would be when Officer Marshall was a detective. But now he's so cold. Jake and I are merely cooperating on this investigation. We're putting the past to the best, as it were. Nothing more than that. I see. Thank you. Officer Jake Marshall. I think we got everything. I think we've done everything what we can from here. Let's see if we can the peace tower entrance in. you a marshal, is it? It's even busier here today than it was yesterday. And the detectives are whirling around so fast they're blurring. I suppose it makes sense the detective did get killed in their own department. So the evidence room, the scene of the crime, according to the pamphlet we got at the front desk. Here it is. She's like a kid in an amusement park. Ooh, a real crime scene. Let's go take a look. There we go. And a new place comes available. Security guard office. What the heck? Look at this cowboy stuff. Oh god, I wonder who lives here. I wonder who works here. It's such a mystery. What's with the decor in this place? It's very eccentric. According to the pamphlet, this is the guard station for the evidence room. So beyond that door is the evidence room. The scene of the crime? It sure seems that way. Oh. What's wrong? It's those cacti. They're so pricky, so imposing, it's hard to think straight. If you can't handle the cacti, stay out of the desert. What I want to know is if there is a guard station. Where is the guard? I have a feeling I know who this guard is already. Can we go to anything else? Why don't you examine this stuff around? It looks kind of odd. Yeah. Yikes, that sure is prickly. It must be the real deal. I would think just one big one would be sufficient. This cactus is a lot like my sister, actually. Miss Sky? A case in a cold wizard shell, with thorns pointing in every direction. Just like her. You know, I've been looking at this cacti a while now, and I don't see the resemblance. It's more an attitude thing than a physical similarity. Look, on the floor. A lasso? Looks like it's set up to trap something. A trap here? Wait, I know. Maybe someone was trying to catch a wild boar in here. But the lasso missed. You sure have an active imagination. There's a video feed from the evidence room here. There's a light blinking below the pointer. It says recording. I bet we could use this to check out who runs in and out here. There's a security guard uniform hanging in here. It looks more like a costume than a uniform, honestly. A leather jacket, leather pants, a leather... What was that called again? A punchy, a punchy, a pinchy... Oh, I know, a poochie. Wait, maybe that wasn't it. It's a poncho, but I think I'll keep that information to myself for the time being. I don't think there's much to examine here. Let's go back later. It doesn't look like it's anything really decisive. There's some really odd stuff. Ah, here we go. Yeah, I guess there really isn't much interesting there. This place is charged with the frantic energy as always. Please! Huh? Wasn't it? Oh, one steak lunch, please. Oh, it's you. Detective Gumshoe? Now's no time for chit-chat, pal. I'm a man. What I really need is a steak lunch from Lunchland. Oh, you mean one of these? Actually, it's not for sale. I think I just heard the sound of his heart breaking. Now, no time for despair. We've got to recall our criminal. Now we just need evidence. The criminal? You mean... You heard about the stabbing in the police department of Evidence Room, pal. On the same day that the detective was killed in the prosecutor's parking lot, another detective was killed in the policeman department. And the perpetrator? Do you have a suspect? Well, there was a suspect. Just arrested him, in fact. It's the biggest scam to hit the station in ages. Everything's topsy-turvy. But Detective Gumshoe, who was it? Listen, pal. All I know is I need me a steak lunch pronto. Standing right here talking isn't going to fill my belly. Wait, don't leave. If you want more, head on down to the detention center, pal. Questioning should be over, so I figure he's down there having a good cry. Later. He went off to the evidence room. Well, this investigation is off to a running start. Well, let's have a look at the suspect that killed Goodwin at this evidence room, even though he was killed at the parking lot. Oh my god, right? Don't bother trying to make sense of this, folks. Your head will explode. let's just get on with this thing. Let's see. Here we go, detention center. Still, I do feel better about things. A little. I mean, they caught the person who stabbed Detective Goodman, didn't they? Yeah, I guess they did. Best to not go too far down that road right now. Things will just get confusing. Was that a megaphone? Well, what was that? Sir, that's what I'm saying, me, a perpetrator? I say I was the perpetrator against her, that's what I say. Hi, greetings, sir. Wait, I know who you are. Excuse me, but is Mr. Edgeworth anywhere on the process? I'm here, sir, the chief, sir. I got your report, sir. Chief, Officer Meekins? So you're a guard here at the detention center? No, sir, I'm not, sir. I'm a little lost patrolman, like a little lost lamb, sir. Oh, I get it. You're here to deliver a report. No, sir, how should I say this? Wait, he isn't. Is he? You, Officer Meekins, you didn't, did you? Perpetrator Officer Meekins reporting, sir! What? What? No, this isn't an expected turn of events. Okay, yeah, apparently, God, this is carrying with this thing. Like I said, don't think right too much. Head, explode. Sir, I'm already with Gentleman FS, sir. Sir! Ow, I can hear you fine, Officer Meekins. I had some business with that day, sir. So I went to the evidence room, sir. The girl that was in front of the room was empty, sir. So normally there's a guard in the evidence room? That's right, sir. It's because evidence is kept in the evidence room, sir. Now there's a security officer. Well, none other than Officer Marshall. Marshall? Then, sir, I happened to glance at the security room, right? That's when I saw him, sir. A suspicious person in the evidence room. Suspicious person, sir! A suspicious person! Yeah! What the heck is this guy doing? So, what happened then? After that, sir, everything went white, sir. I saw red. I blacked out. And when I came to, I was here, in the detention center. How long were you out? Days? Might I ask, what happened to your hand? Sir, there was no one to bandage me, sir. So I did what I could to wrap it up, sir. Abandoned his hand? Just like Miss Sky. Another similarity between this case and the one in the prosecutor's office. First things first, tell us how you hurt your hand. We'll ask that later, let's try the victim first. I don't mean to pry, but are you the perpetrator? You are the perpetrator, correct? You killed Bruce Goodman in the evidence room, right? Sir, please don't look at me with those sad public eyes, sir. You have to label me as persecutor's victim, sir? Then label me victim! I would, but you happen to be in detention, and alive, and well, at that. Yes, well, that's true, sir. No, you can say that. Did you know the victim, Detective Goodman? Well, sir, if I had to label him as a stranger, or a total stranger, then I'd say he burns heavily on the total stranger side. So, you didn't know him? Sir, I work in a tiny department devoid of light, or other creature comforts. I don't know any detective. So, if he was a total stranger, why did you stab him? Sir, I had no intention of killing him, sir, none. Nor do I have any recollection of killing him, sir. At least someone around here is more confused than I am. And your hands, that happened when Detective Goodman was stabbed? Well, you see, sir, don't you think you should just confess? But sir, but there was nothing I could do. Nothing you could do? Sir, to tell the truth, sir, when it happened, when the detective pointed that knife at me, I just hollered to her. And the next thing I knew, I was unconscious. The next thing you knew, you were hurt? Then, when I opened my eyes, I was alone in the evidence room. All alone, sir. Alone because Detective Goodman had disappeared. What? Then when I looked down, I was gushing blood from my hand, sir. Oh, the shock! Oh, the sorrow, sir! Can you imagine how I felt? The victim's body disappeared? That's some story. Yeah, it is kind of odd. Maybe you can give me more information on relating something. Let's try the crime fighter. Hey, why do you have that? That's from the day it was seen at the prosecutor's office. The day the Goodman's body was found in the trunk. So this means I'm a free man, innocent. If this is a dream, sir, then I hope I never wake up. If this is a dream, you'd better wake up right now. I was thinking, could you take a look at this? I'm sorry, sir, really sorry, but I have no idea what that is. Maybe you should ask Miss Edruff, sir. He's passing the book, Mr. White. It takes a special kind of man to pass the books from Edruff. I'm gonna check this out. Oh, sorry about that. I was just checking, plus I was also interrupted, but to carry on, present Goodman's ID. Actually help him jog his memory. You know what I mean. Do you think you could take a look at this? Hey! That's it, sir! That's it! That's what? My head was a blank until that very moment! But sir, now I remember it, sir! You mean, you remember what happened? Correct! That card was a card of the door! This ID card? Exactly, sir. That's exactly it. Nothing could be more exact, sir. Nothing. I'd better pry into this one a little deeper. So, now that's not ticked, it means I have to ask about crime details again. Can you tell me what is you do remember? Well, sir, you're right, sir. I lost little bunch of mine. No, lost little lamb, if you will. I don't know Mrs. Detective Goodman was in the evidence room. And that's why you thought he looked suspicious? Sir, I entered the evidence room and asked the man to display his ID card. No, that sounds pretty much by the book so far. That's right, sir. That's what I've been trying to tell you. So you were asked Detective Goodman to show his ID card. What did he do? That's the thing. Suddenly he pointed a knife at me. What? Sir, I assure you I was as flustered as you are right now. So I whooped and leaped at him. Detective Goodman pointed a knife at him? Do unto the others before they do unto you. My own father's words, sir. What happened then? Well, my eyes, sir, everything went white. When I woke, I was here. Right. So, Officer Meekins, why was it that they arrested you? What do you mean, Emma? Let's look at what we know. Now, Officer Meekins didn't know Detective Goodman, and the victim, who he met at the scene of the crime, didn't show his ID card. In other words, they have no way of knowing if the victim was really the victim. And if this body just disappeared from the evidence room, we don't even know if anyone actually died. That's it, sir. That's what I wanted to say. That is, I did say something along those lines. Huh? But you still ended up here? They told me that I had to be here reserved. On that day at that time, Detective Goodman was definitely in the evidence room. That's what they said. But you don't remember the events clearly. No, but the videotape is quite clear. Huh? Videotape? From the security camera. The crime, my crime, the crime I swore to stamp out. It's there, it's me, it's on the tape. And you wait until now to tell us this? I'm sorry, really sorry, sir. I hand over my badge. I don't deserve it. No, thanks, I have my own. I guess we better go check out the crime scene. Ooh, this is one wop of a clue. That's the best evidence you could have when it comes to a murder case. A security tape actually showing you the person who was killed. So let's see. I guess is it the Criminal Affairs Department? Hey, Mr. White, look who's standing at the head of the detective's desk. It's Chief Gant. Are you sure this is all? You know what it means if there's anything missing. Sir, I'm sure it's most likely totally perfect. We checked the drawers, the lockers, the garbage cans, the coat pockets, the pillowcases behind the computer monitors, the coffee machine. I see. Well, if anything does tie up, you call me right away, deal? Yes, sir. No, sour the plate again, sir. The detective looks a little flustered. Right on, my boy. How you been? Swim much? Chief Gant, reporting for duty, sir. Why are you saluting him, Mr. Wise? Here's how it talks, Gant. Is Edgeworth going to be okay? Oh, really? Oh, you know they're doing a little inquiry committee with him. Sounds like an inquisition. Yep, well, we had no end of trouble with the boy since that year. You mean the incident on the Gold Lake? It doesn't look good having one of the top people sitting in the defendant's seat. Now you got someone else found guilty in that case, right, Whitehall? Von Karma. A legend he was, undefeated in his 4th-year career. But in court you fixed it, so he was caught for forging evidence. Wait, I didn't do anything wrong. He did forge evidence! In any case, the prosecutor's office is in a bit of a turmoil, you might say. Why, they'll do just about anything to restore their reputation. Now, depending on what the inquiry committee decides, it could be bad for Worthy. Well, what? It's downright odd, I tell you. I mean, it happened exactly at the same time. The murder at the prosecutor's office? Scientifically speaking, it's impossible. Yes, but that's what the evidence is saying. The woman was stabbed in the locations at the same time. That's what it says. What evidence is this? Right now, Whitehall, I can't give away all this secrets just like that. His particular words a little sensitive and I can't talk about it. Wouldn't expect it much anyway. You know one thing I hate most of all is hiding stuff. Secrets, can't stand it. But you know, it's a full-time job just keeping the head detective's trap shut. He was the one you were picking on earlier. Huh? You saw that? Oops. I wonder what it was that he wanted the head detective to do. Let's see if we can kind of discreetly ask him. Don't get much from Gant at the moment. But let's check out the security guard office. And examine that security tape. I should have done that first. What does it matter? It looks like there's a video feed from the evidence room here. There's a light blinking below the monitor. It says recording. I bet we could use this computer to check on it when going out here. What the heck? Oh, well, that was it. I examine the one thing or something? Maybe the room's above that door. Let's just walk in. I won't open it. I won't open. I thought it'd be open. I think we need someone's permission to go in there first. Oh, right, you need permission. Oh, right, yeah, we can't check out that videotape. That's true. Okay, let's go back. Chief Prosecutor. Oh, right, I think we need to examine him. He's the chief. Oh, sorry, I didn't see that. What exactly did the chief please want you to do? Well, see over there? That's Goodman's desk. He wanted me to check it for anything that might be a clue. They took away every last piece of garbage in the trash can. So nothing belongs to Detective Goodman is still here? Of course not. Well, except for this. What? You kept something? Sure, why not? It's not important. You didn't even finish writing it. It's a lost item report, but it's only half complete. A lost item? Did Detective Goodman lose something? The date on it is February 21st. I'll make a note of that just in case. I should probably get a quick look around the crime scene. You know, detective desk. And even 5 need fire. Plenty there, a lot of time than I expect. I must be one of the detectives. He's humming something to himself. I know. The killer uses a cassette tape. What a crafty trick. That gunshot was a fake. This is good. No one would expect a cassette tape in this day and age. He's not writing a report. He's writing a novel. Why do we have to move to the chief's desk or something? Ah, here we go. Permission granted, let's see. Actually, I was wondering if I could ask you a favour. Well, I never thought that the day would come when Vito asked me for a favour. I was wondering if we could investigate the evidence room. No, Vito. Actually, I'm sorry, I don't need to investigate at all. Vito, please, do I look like a selfish man? Huh? Heck, if anyone asks me, sir, could I borrow $50? I'll give him $50. I'll give him $50, no problem. So go ahead, investigate that room to your heart's content. Knock yourself out. It just goes to show you never know until you ask. And for you here, you can borrow this. Huh? Hey! This is a detective ID card, isn't it? That's a special card for guests, so don't lose it. Yes, sir. It's an honor. Just run along then. Do your best now. Later, folks. It looks pretty cool on my label, doesn't it? Just think, a real ID. You seem happy. Yes, sir. Because, sir, we get to go to the evidence room now, sir. I think this place is bad influence on the girl. Well, now we can go into the evidence room. See, shall I... Oh, I guess I have to examine the door. Maybe then it will open. The evidence room is beyond that door. And we have the ID card from Chief Grant. Let's just walk in. It won't open. Aha! The car reader's turned off, see? What is the security guard thinking? Ah, the partners. Well, what's made my Bambina sky so great? The Officer Marshal. Somehow I knew. What's that somehow I knew look for? As you may have surmised, this here is my salute. We're here to investigate the crime scene. Yeehaw! That card you got there on your chest? That's better than a sheriff's badge in these parts. Yeehaw? Well, what are you standing there for? Get along, little doggies. The crime scene's waiting. Looks like the card readers are on again. While we're here, I was wondering if we could ask you some questions. Sorry, Cowboy, but I got no mind to tangle with you with your hombres. You're busy then? Did I say that? I only said I didn't wish to speak with you. Actually, you said you had no mind to tangle with us hombres. I was wondering if we could talk to you? Sorry, Bambino, but I'm off to roam the lands like a tumbleweed in the wild prairie. Like a gunslinger loading a six-shooter, I say a little prayer. What was that? What was that all about, Mr. White? I think he was just too hungry to talk. He's just saying that because his stomach was growling. You have no idea what he was talking about either. Oh, in any case, we need to get cracking on this investigation pronto. Oh, there we go. Oh, now I understand. Present him with the steak. I guess this is what Miss Star was talking about. Sent him the steak lunch and he'll start talking. That's so. Ah, reminds me of Texas. So, Officer Marshall, you're from Texas? No, I just saw a special on television the other day. And this from my baby. Yeah, Miss Star. What's this? What? What's wrong? A finished steak lunch. I see! I don't see. I wonder what it means. Steak lunch given to Officer Marshall. Alright, Bambina. You win. Ask. Anything. Smack. Fine, it seems like he's willing to talk. Let's ask him again at the guard office. Officer Marshall, you're in charge of security room for the evidence room, right? You got good eyes, partner. It's an easy job and I'm grateful for it. Actually, Officer Meeks at the detention center told us. That poor little doggy. Poor guy. I kept getting his name wrong and calling him Meekly. He told us something. He said that when a stabbing occurred, you weren't at the station. Well, maybe I shouldn't be telling you this, but since I got demoted from detective 2 years ago, well, I might not look it, but I lost my fire for the job, you know. So, what were you doing around 5:15 when the murder took place? Well, I reckon I was galloping down the highway in the back of my steed, Zippy. Note, he was winding down the highway on his horse named Zippy. There's no need for people here, anyhow. These new fangled machines do a bang-up job of keeping an eye on the place. You mean the security camera system? I don't take to machines much. Kinda like that stewed broccoli they sneak in next to your steak, you know. Miss Starr told us something. She said you were a detective until 2 years ago. It was always my dream to be waiting hard where I'd woman to see the crime. That's all gone now, like a drinking hole in a prairie fire. You're still investigating L9 incident with Miss Starr, aren't you? That was my case. It's all solved on the record books, but it smells like a bad game of poker. I can't let it go. That's all there is to it. What kind of case was it anyway? We've heard the name so many times, but no one tells us what actually happened. There are some things you're better not knowing, Bambina. Anyway, that case is officially dead as 2 days ago. 2 days ago? The day of the case? That's right. The evidence transfers. Edgeworth was talking about the transfers too. I know what maybe 2 of the machines here do. Oh, only 2? There must be a dozen. Like I said, Bambina, me machines, well, I like them about as much as I like stewed cauliflower with my steaks. The easiest one to understand are these here security cameras. Those are the only ones that Officer Meekins mentioned. If nothing happens, the tapes are automatically erased every few hours. Officer Meekins and Detective Goodman, are they on those 2 tapes? I reckon they might be. He's security guard and you reckon? One more thing. When you go into the evidence room, you need an ID card. Just a card reader by the door. The card reader leaves a record of every ID card passed through. What the? So this is the ID card record? Hey, I've seen that somewhere before. Sorry, Bambina, I can't show you more than that. Huh? I haven't heard whether this is related case yet. Mr. White, I saw a number on that record just now. I've seen that number before. Maybe there's some way I can prove that record is tied to the stabbing. Sorry, but could you explain what this whole transfer thing is about? We keep only evidence from flow cases in this room. They're kept here under the presiding detective's supervision for 2 years, so we can re-investigate them if it turns out there was a mistake, see? So what happens to the evidence after 2 years? It goes to sea forever in an underground vault in the police station. That's what we call a transfer. We do it every February. I see now. Transfer is like a freedom of old cases. 2 years after a case is solved, it's closed forever. Dead. Never to be reopened again. Never to be reinvestigated. And that happens with SL9 2 days ago. Interesting. Let's go to the evidence room. It's quiet. The investigation must be over here. So this is the evidence room? It is kind of like a graveyard. Oh, sorry. Graveyard as opposed to have graves and grass and trees. This feels more like a morgue. Nice try, Mr. White. You can't scare me. Eee! What? Sorry, I thought you were a ghost. I would recommend going around smacking ghosts in the head, pal. So it is true what I heard. Battle, please, do I look like a selfish man? Heck, if anyone asks me, sir, can I borrow $50? I'll give them $50, no problem. So go ahead, investigate that room to your heart's content. Desire. Knock yourself out. Yeah, it's true. So G for police can't. Will loan anyone 50 bucks? Even me? Oh, so that's what you were talking about. Actually, I was putting out charge of the investigation for the day. Just for today? Boss for a day? But guess what? You got permission from the chief, so now you're a boss for a day. Gee, thanks. First of all, you want to have this. So is it Tecumseh, your boss for the day? That's right, it's not. After all, the murder took place right here in the police department. But if you're a boss, why are you all alone? Where are your underlings? They're using our findings from yesterday's investigation to prepare for the trial. In other words, as if Tecumseh got kicked out of the investigation again. I'm adamant though. I'm going to take control and put this case to rest. And in my own evidence locker, pal. You have a locker in here to detect Tecumseh? Of course. I'm a detective after all. They gave me a locker that only I can open, pal. Only you can open. I always believe in Mr. Edgeworth, no matter what happens. So, Mr. Edgeworth is with the inquiry committee right now, right? They're trying to figure out who's responsible for the mess up in the court today. I see. I guess this is what you call fate. Mr. Edgeworth just can't get away from that case. That case? Yeah, that case. The SO9, of course. That was the beginning of the end for Mr. Edgeworth. Maybe we can get him to tell us more about the case. This place is more high-tech than you might think. Even every locker is fixed so that only one technical can open it, using this ID card. Well, that's the thing, pal. ID cards can be lost. Why, I'm on my third card since I've entered the force already. That sounds like a lot. Yeah, but even I can't use my own right hand. Right hand? Oh, you mean your fingerprint? Exactly, pal. The locker for each locker is coded with a fingerprint. And that's the only locker we can open. Funny, they look like normal lockers. These are the latest models. They're a trick to the handles, see? The handles? On the other side of the handles is a sensor, and if you're the wrong person touches it, then zap, you get a shock? If that's what happens, my hand will be black and smoking every day. In any case, the locks aren't that obvious. There's even some people in the force that don't know about the fingerprint locks. Let's examine this stuff. Wow, look at this big pile of junk in the corner. It looks like a car door. There's a pair of handcuffs attached to the frame. Maybe the guy that called was sort of a escape artist who got away. Hey, that's one of those human profiles for range testing. I've been shot square in the forehead. Better him than us. Some sort of bulky equipment Gary does here. That was a solid looking fishing pole, that is. Ah, that's my personal pole. I never did get around to using it. Wait, I've seen that somewhere before. Right, old pal, that's the metal detector. The one that led to the solving the case out of Gold Lake, remember? Oh, right. Wow, that feels like it was ages ago. And I don't think I've seen this one before. Oh, that's a radio locator. I'm sure it will come in handy in solving some case sooner or later. That cheap looking box? You can't judge a person or a machine by their cover. You gotta look at the heart. Oh, okay. Yes, it's reconnected. Why is the storm and paint doing here? Since the dawn of time, true art has always been a war against oppression. True art? I noticed there is a blue and yellow paint here. Perhaps we're witnessing the birthplace of the Blue Badger? Well, you might say this is my studio. Here, in the evidence room? Wow, someone must have broken something big to make all these pieces. Is it your gumshoe, perhaps? There you go, pal, making me out to be some kind of hoodlum. That's apparently from the case. D case? S9 is in power. See the sticker on one of the pieces right there? Another piece of SO9 evidence? Check it out closer. Let's have a look at it. I wonder what shape these pieces were in before, whatever it was broke. You want to try and put it back together? Ha! Good luck, pal. That's no job for amateurs. Why, I spent a good 3 hours on that before I had to give up. That's why I always carry around a tube clue. Well, this piece looks like the bottom. Let's try putting the rest of this place together. This is different. Okay, so now we're putting the vase back together. It looks like a vase. What the heck? It's 8 fragments? Okay, this is new. I may have to use a touchscreen for this. How does this work? This is new. I can't move that. Oh, I can move like this. Okay, I need to use the touchscreen. That's not the right piece for that part. I have to experiment until I find the right pieces. I'm going to see if to turn it around. Ah, there we go. Ah, I see. Interesting. Similar to that. Nope. Nope. Has to be a lot of jags in the end. Nope. Maybe this is it? There we go. I don't think I'll turn these around until you get the... Well, that was obvious. Oh, wait, that's that part. That side? There we go. Doesn't almost got this baby back together. No, almost. No. Oh wait, is that it? Oh, interesting. Let me see feeling out. You see why this is separate. Because must have been experimenting with different options with the DS for this episode. It's quite unique, having to do all these sort of things. It's really nice. Let's have a look. Does that go there? No. What the? Piece is missing. Huh? Well, I think we did it, but some of the pieces are missing. Now that it took me 2 minutes to do, that problem is finished. Finishing it. Were some pieces stolen? I read they were missing to begin with. Still, it doesn't look like the most kind of jar. I can't understand how it got broken. unstable jaw added. Your case is weird? Let's have an examine. Huh? What's that? Oh, what's this? Blood? It's a little warm. But there definitely is a handprint here. It looks like someone tried to wipe it off. Mr. White, what if there are other bloodstains left in the room? We should use her testing fluid to check it out. Okay then. Oh yeah, it's good actually. I guess it goes off in spray. There we go. I knew it! There is someone's writing handprint. What? What's the matter, detective? This locker. It's mine! It's yours? Please! You have to help me. When they came to take me away, promise me you'll testify I wouldn't harm a fly. You'll do that for me, won't you, pal? This is important too. I'll jot it down in the floor pens. I'm counting on you guys. Believe me, you can't trust the police. What? But you're a detective! It's sort of a blur, but now we have that out of the way, let's examine this locker. What's this? Oh. Oh, the end is that, okay. What about this one? This one's open. That's suspicious. Look, this one's open, and there's an indicator tag stuck on it still. No locker is covered with Detective Goodman's fingerprint. Detective Goodman's locker? Are you sure it's okay to leave it open like that? Well, it'd be hard to get it open again if we close it. It's empty. They must have taken the contents elsewhere. What the? There's something sticking out of here. Looks like a shirt. I guess it must be evidence for some case. I wonder if Detective Gumshoe put this here. There you go, pal. Make me out to be some kind of slop. I know someone's put the evidence here. That's not that said. I bet the evidence locker was opened recently. How do you know? If you leave things hanging out like that, the evidence gets dirty or whipped. The guard checks on that kind of stuff and notices the detective responsible. How many times had I been breathing down my neck about some silly evidence? Sounds like Detective Gumshoe leaves evidence hanging out a lot too. I bet he doesn't tuck in his shirt into a trench coat either. And if you're going to talk behind someone's back, don't do it right in front of me, pal. This page is stuffed with evidence. Stuffed with dreams. I'm not so sure about dreams. I don't know. You better open. I guess I should have known. Hey, pal, security is high tech around here. Someone left a glove here, but only one. Detective Gumshoe, maybe. There you go again, pal. Making me out to be some kind of absent-minded detective. That's evidence from the case, you know. You mean SLI? It does have a tag on it. Interesting. Is there anything else here it needs examining? Maybe there's anything else to add. No. Wait a second, let me check to see if anything else I missed. Looks like there's some things I forgot to do. We need to go back. Sheesh, this case is more complicated every second. First of all, we need to talk to Marshall again. We need to present some evidence to him. See this? This is the victim's ID card. The one that was on the ground, the pocket lab. Number on this is 5842189. Officer Marshall, show us the ID number on the ID card record. Look, the fourth number. It's a perfect match. It was used at 5:40 right before the stabbing? What's more, there's only one of them cards in the world. So when the incident occurred, Detective Goodman was in the evidence room? But wait, what did Officer Meekin say? Sir, I went to the evidence room and asked that man to display his ID card. So you asked Detective Goodman to show his ID card? What did he do? That's the thing! Suddenly he pointed a knife at me! If he had his ID card, then why would he have pointed a knife at Officer Meekins? Well, welcome, Padre. You win. I guess I can give you this ID card record. There we go, we need that for later. I've got an idea. Maybe I could show this list to other people with IDs here. The sheriff's back in the Wild West didn't place much faith in evidence. About the only thing they trusted was their shoot hand. This is neither Wild nor West here. But this is two different type of things. I guess so. I'm lost. Looks like we need some evidence to get anywhere with this guy. Well, for the moment, we can leave him be. But if there's anything I do need to present to him, I can just check my FAQ. But for the moment, let's move on forward. The evidence room. We needed that for evidence later on. Now, if we want Gumshoe to talk more about the SO9 incident, we need to present him with either the switchblade knife or the victim's safe. I'll use switchblade knife this time, to use that note in the other case. The goodness note. In the switchblade knife, I bet Edgeworth was the most surprised of anyone because of the SO9 connection. That was Mr. Edgeworth's first big case, 2 years ago. That was the first time the world knew Edgeworth was a man to be feared. But why would evidence from that case turn up now? I guess it's not over, pal. Maybe there are some loose ends left on that case. There we go. Now we can finally talk about the SO9 incident. Now that was a bloody and violent case. Violent? So it was a murder? A serial killing. Serial killing. Maybe I don't want to get involved in this after all. But the killer made a mistake, and Mr. Edgeworth built his case around that to nab him. And this was 2 years ago? That put Mr. Edgeworth right in the spotlight, and started the rumor mill. Rumors? About false evidence? It was supposed to be all cleared up with the transfer the other day. It was the last job he ever did. Detective Goodman, that is. Huh? What do you mean? Detective Goodman was the detective in charge of the SO9 incident, see? So that switchblade knife. The victim took the knife out of the victim locker himself. Well, that is kind of weird. Why would he do that? Anything else to talk about? I will examine everything around here. God damn it, it's again. Okay, I'm back. This is complicated. Okay, you also need to show this. No, that wasn't it. Let's switch evidence. That's it. The ID card record. So he said to show it to other detectives. So he's a detective. He could probably help us out. Could you take a look at this? This is the ID record of the people who came in here on the day of the stabbing. I heard the rumors. So it was Goodman who came in here at the time of the murder. Whoa! What is it? That second number. It's not your ID number. It's Detective Gumshoe. Mr. Edgeworth. What? That second number on this list belongs to Mr. Edgeworth. What? Oh. Why would Edgeworth have come to the evidence room? Okay, now there's one thing you need to do. One thing one thing you also need to forgot to show. Yeah, this is kind of annoying. I think this case I had way too many extra things. What the? Oh, damn it. There, present. Yeah, you need to use the spray can again. Let me just say one thing to Detective Gumshoe. If I see people that know nothing about, say nothing. Nothing. That's fine. But fine, pal. Oh, whoops. Wait, I don't know what I do. Oops. Oh, whoops, I should have gone to examine. Okay, now we can go to this. Spray. There's one more. What the? I said spray. Okay, we already sprayed that hand, but there's also another thing you need to spray right here. See? There's a lot of blood here. Just keep spraying that exact same spot. And then click on the pointer there. There must have been a massive amount of blood here. I've never seen so much before. I'm not a professional. What's your opinion, detective? Pale blue blood? Maybe Detective Goodman. But actually an alien! This proves that something really happening in front of the locker. I'll make note of it on the floor plans. Hey, you really want my opinion? You shouldn't have asked. It says here if I do a lot of those things and present it and all that stuff, then you should go away. Is anything else I've got to do? Anything else he's presenting? Maybe something else needs a spray can or something. But I've already sprayed the parts that need a spray. Yeah, there's always those two things. I can't see anything else that needs spraying. No, it doesn't look like it. Oh. This? Why am I getting a reaction here? There's no reason for the murderer to touch this spot if he fled outdoor. This might be something significant. Hey, that's some pretty amazing stuff you got there, pal. What, this? It's called a lunar testing fluid. Where'd you get your hands on that? Huh? I'd like to get some too. I just borrowed 50 books from the chief. Where did you get this, Emmett? I always buy it by mail order. Well, I'd better jot this down in the floor plans. Hey, pal, look at the time. Was there something you need to be going to? It's just that Mr. Edrev's inquiry committee should be laying out soon. I'm going to give them my report for the day. It might help, you know. Report? You mean the note written on the back of that flyer? You mean the one that says nothing but no problems? Hey, it's Mr. Edgeworth we're talking about. I'm sure we can use a report like this. I believe in him. Who needs enemies when you got friends like Detective Gumshoe? I'm off, pal. Later. Okay, if you've done all that, all the evidence, sorry I'm doing it in order, but it's really confusing. You have to do a lot of things, like examine a lot of the room, show him some certain evidence. Ugh. And if you do it all correctly, then he'll go away. If not, then you need to make sure you do everything I did. I should probably see what Edrev has to say too. That's true. Let's get out of here. We've been here long enough. I guess we should go to the High Prosecutor's office. That's probably where he is. Oh, I guess. My apologies. Oh, it's you. Have we met somewhere? Huh? Mr. Edrev, I beg your leave so long. Is Edrev here? There, standing by the window. A teacup is in his hand. Did you? Yes, the hotel bring him tea service? Mr. Edrev, you're back from the district prosecutor's office inquiry? Precisely. By the way, Detective Gumshoe was looking for you. Oh, yes, he brought me some information, it seems. Really? Was it helpful? Apparently a new French restaurant is opening near here. I think he was trying to console me somehow. I think the report is on the other side, Edrev. Poor Mr. Edrev. I think this whole thing is really taking a toll on him. So, how did the inquiry committee go? Actually, they decided to treat this not as a case of concealing evidence, but as a communications error during the investigation. Concealing evidence? Yes, apparently there were some who believed that I concealed evidence. They gave me a warning. You were lucky this time. Again? I've heard him say that so many times, ever since that case 2 years ago. Are you okay with the trial tomorrow? Well, I'm still the presiding prosecuting attorney. However, something happened? They gave control of the investigation over to the police department. The police department? Yes. Any further investigation for this case will be directed by the chief of police Gant. I can do nothing but wait for his results. I see. Why I ask you? Why? All along I've done only what I believe is right. I am nothing to be ashamed of. But still, wow, I never seen him this out of sorts. Oh, right, I better check this now. As I was saying, What's this? A record of ID card usage? Edrev, you went into the evidence room that day, didn't you? Just before the incident occurred, no less. Yes, that's true. Why? Mr. Edgeworth? Please, don't look at me like that. I was asked to go, by Chief God, no less. The Chief of Police? He wanted evidence for a case that wrapped up half a year ago. He told me he wanted me to keep it here in the prosecutor's office. But it was solved, right? You would have to be the evidence was already filled. The Chief has never wanted to explain himself. In any case, on the day of the stabbings, I brought this back here. Can I ask what kind of case it was? I can't say. It really has nothing to do with the current case. Now I'm curious about this other case. I'd better make a note of it. Unrelated evidence. Stubborn as always. I told you this has nothing to do with the current case. Very sure the victim's note or the knife at that incident. I know you. You probably got a hold of some information already, right? It all has to do with that case you were on, the SO9 incident, and some dark suspicion you were wrapped up in. You are the man who revived the worst memory of my life, as I recall. I figured I'd be telling you about it sooner or later. The bad memory. He's talking about the murder in the elevator. Okay, Edrev, why don't you tell me about it? Tell me the truth. And with that, maybe we can now ask more about the allegations of forgery. The SO9 incident was a heinous serial killing case. The head of the investigation was the deputy chief of the police at the time, Damon Gant. That wacky old coot was involved in the case 2 years ago too then? He was the best we had, and it was my first time working with him, and I was nervous. Wow, you get nervous too, Mr. Edrev? What I want to know is why was the deputy chief of police on the investigation? In truth, I used slightly more extreme methods than normal. We were dealing with a vicious murder. If I let him go, the blood would be on my hands. We won our guilty verdict and the killer was executed. Wait, you didn't? Of course not. I didn't touch the evidence. Yes, I was doing everything in my power to win a trial. However, I do have a code, and I follow it faithfully. By the way, Emma, the chief prosecutor wants you to know something. My sister? What? You still working on that scientific investigation? Huh? Yes, of course. Why? Just today, Mr. Wright and I were using this. Aluminum testing fluid. Well then, you might have use for this. Aluminum powder for taking fingerprints? It's been chemically treated for better adhesion. For me? Are you sure? We are the enemy, you know. I have no say in today's investigation. Do as you will. Edgeworth, I'm really... No need to thank me. Here, take your powder and these fingerprint files for everyone involved. Thanks. How about giving these to Detective Gumshoe as well? Well, let's get going. One last investigation. Right. I do seem to remember seeing suspicious handprints somewhere. Oh, right, back in the evidence room? I guess you need to go back there. Investigation turned up a suspicious handprint. Here, in this blurred on the detective's evidence logger. Let's use the secret weapon we just borrowed. Right, let's get started. First, choose a finger. A finger? Each finger leaves behind a slightly different imprint. So let's choose a finger that will have left behind the clear imprint. I really can't tell the difference at a glance. Quit procrastinating and choose a finger! Which one? I guess the thumb is most clearest. Okay, now it's time to check for prints. Let me show you how it's done. Then it's time to get that spark in our eyes. First we sprinkle the aluminum powder around. Huh? How do you do that? Just touch the screen. See? Looks like that did the trick. The aluminum powder adheres completely to the print. Once the powder is well spread, just blow away the excess. Huh? How do I do that? You just blow with your breath. Imagine you're blowing out the candles in a birthday cake. See? Wow, that looks like fun. It might take some getting used to though. It's fine. It won't go up your nose or anything. You just pour the powder on thick and blow away the extra. Those are the basics of fingerprinting, Mr. Wright. I guess I better give it a try. Oh right, yeah, this involves your microphone. So first, I think it's time to get an image. Okay, then I guess you just blow. You did it! You found one! But this looks nothing like a fingerprint. Now that you mention it, I guess it doesn't. What does it mean? I think it means we're out of luck. Out of luck? The person who left this handprint must have worn gloves. Don't tell me we've been wasting our time here. Hey, calm down. That's just the way it goes sometimes with scientific investigations. But it does seem a shame. While we're at it, why don't we look for other prints? Other prints? Looking at the locker door again closely. It seems like there are fingerprints outside the bloody handprint as well. Let's see if we can find a clear print. Fingerprints outside the blood? Oh, wait a minute. It's barely faded, but that looks like one. And then once again, you spread the powder like so. There we go. See, it's slowly showing an image. Just keep spreading power like this until you get a clear image like that. There you go. Then afterwards, you blow into the microphone. You actually use the microphone this time. Yay, a print's so clear it's dazzling. Dazzling? Anyway, this print took a lot of effort to find. Let's match it up right away. So we're not done yet? This is quite a process. Well, there's no point in finding a fingerprint and not knowing who the owner is, right? I guess she's right. Look at the fingerprint data we got from its murderer and point out the person you think left these prints. Huh? How am I supposed to know who it was? I can make a pretty good guess. The bloody handprint and the fingerprint are in different places, right? That means that the prints probably don't have evidence with our case. So whose fingerprints would most likely find on this evidence locker? I guess you'll find and compare. Damon Gant? Let's see. Oh, there we go. This is how to do it. Comparison. No match found. Oh, that's how it does it. No match. Come on, how am I supposed to guess who they are? Isn't it obvious? The bloody handprint and the fingerprints are in different places, right? That means that the prints probably don't have anything to do with our case. They most likely belong to the owner of this evidence locker. Something wrong? I was just thinking, if you're so sure who it was, why didn't you match the fingerprints? Mr. White, I was doing this for your benefit, so you'd learn. Fine. Let me think. Who could have left these fingerprints? Let's see. Aha! So these prints belong to this gumshoe. Something wrong, Mr. White? You gave me this so what look. I guess that's probably because I was thinking, so what? Okay, so going with nothing this time, but there's always next time. Sometimes you hit, sometimes you miss. You got to roll with the punch, Mr. White. Thanks for the sympathy. Wait, if I remember it correctly, there was one other handprint in this room. Let's check it out. Oh yeah? The handprint in the locker? This is where we got a luminous fluid reaction, White. Right! There was a handprint here! Okay! Want to try using this? There goes what's organized again. Yeah, check for prints. This is the other spot. Okay, let's check out for prints. That's the spirit. Oh, but I have to warn you about something first. What? The area with the blood was wiped away, right? We only end up finding it using chemical means. Any prints in the area will have been wiped away too. Oh, right. So that means no prints? Would you say probably of your hypothesis is high? Don't ask me! Anyway, we must try to find prints that weren't wiped away. Prints other than the ones left by the bloody hand? Oh, wait a minute. Oh, wait. Oh, I see. There was a bloody hand, but the hand isn't complete. There's still some fingers missing. So if you examine around near here, maybe, you might find something. I think I'm getting something. Sort of. Not much. Very small, this one. I gave it my best shot. That kind of result won't be any good for matching prints, will it? But it doesn't look like we've got a clear result from this print. Okay, let's try a different finger then. Wait, did I really check this one? Sorry about that, folks. I gave it my best shot. No, we don't really. Yeah? I already checked that one? Oh. Oh, this looks different. Let's have a look. No. Eh? What the? Jake Marshall? Hey, these fingerprints, they... Who are they? Whose? Is it someone I know? It's Officer Marshall. Huh? Officer Jake Marshall? Okay. That's got to be a coincidence. He's not involved in the crime. Emma. This prints are decidedly different from Detective Gumshoe's prints. The luminal reaction, the blood and the fingerprints are in the same place. Oh. So we have Jake Marshall's fingerprints on a white bloodstain. But why would Officer Marshall? It looks like our investigation is finally telling us some results. I guess this is what you'd call decisive evidence. I don't believe it. And with that, that's done. Ooh, that was a long one. I'm gonna have to edit that quite a bit there. Ooh. But, with that investigation is done. Jesus Christ, that was crazy hard. Ugh. So glad I got an FAQ for that one. If I didn't, I'd been there forever. But don't worry, I edit out all the times I have to pause and stuff. I don't usually leave those in. If I'm looking up another screen or whatever on the computer. I mean, I have some class. But anyway, with that done, looks like we got to use a lot of other features in the DS. We got to use the microphone for blowing up dust from evidence. We got to use the touchscreen again to like throw in evidence, and we've got to make a strange looking jar thing. I don't know, that's connected. But hopefully maybe it might all be cleared up on the next part where we go into the trial. But yeah, with that, this is Mastering 347. The game is a type of an RPG the platformer. Stay classy.